Hey guys, it's Brie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing out my Boxycharm products. This is the look that I came up with and I really love how it turned out. This past week or so I've really been feeling the luminous, really bronzy, summery looks with a really subtle eye look, and that is kind of what I did today. So if you want to see how those products worked and how I got this makeup look, just keep watching. So my face is washed and moisturized and ready to go. I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild primer. Very impressed with this primer when I first started using it, but I think that I'm starting to like it. I'm going to be going in with my e.l.f. foundation. I've actually really been loving this since I tested it out. I did do a first impressions and a wear test on it. I can link that video down below if you want to see it, but I've really been liking it. I'm going to be testing out all the products that I got in my Boxycharm. So that's this brush. And I'm actually going to mix this. This is Temptu and Boxycharm Liquid Glow. I'm actually going to mix this in with my foundation to get a more luminous look. I actually tried that a couple times. Even though I have oily skin, I've really been loving the way that it makes my skin look. So I'm going to test out this one with this e.l.f. foundation because I really love the finish on this one. I'm not really a fan of these brushes. This one is so soft though. It says it's for contour, but I feel like it'd be just a little too big for contour, so I'm going to test it out with my foundation. So I'm just going to go and put 1.5 pumps on it, and then I'm just going to take a drop. Sometimes with oily skin, you still want to look glowy, but you don't want to look like an oil slick. I feel like this brush just snatched up all my product. I think I'm just going to end up going over it with a beauty blender. It puts your foundation on really fast compared to some of the beauty sponges that I've used before. And it goes on really easy. I just feel like this sheared it out way more than normal. I feel like I usually get a more full coverage look with this foundation. I feel like I'm having to use a lot more with this brush. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal sponge and just kind of pounce that in a little bit better. I feel like it was just a little too streaky for me. I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Age Rewind. I was not sure about this concealer when I bought it, but I am really starting to like it. With my NYX Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder, and I'm just going to bake with that. So I just dip my sponge right into it. So while that is baking away, I'm going to go in to do my eyebrows. This is the BrowGal by Tanya Crooks, and I also got this in my Boxycharm, and it did come with a brush. You can see it's a really small defined brush, and it also has a spoolie on the end, which is nice. I'm just going to comb out my brows. Okay, so on the little card with the boxy tips that tell you how to use it, it says that you can use this wet and then it turns into a pomade, or you can use it dry like a powder. And I like pomades, that's what I like to use. I think I'm gonna go in with this dark, that's the darkest brown that they have. I might mix it a little bit with this one to make it a little warmer. I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Master Fix to spray the brush to make it more like a pomade. So I'm going to dip it into that darkest brown and a little bit with the more warm color and spray that. We'll see how this works. I really like the brush, how small it is, because you can get really small, or you can get really detailed with it. That looks like a good color match. Pretty good. Yeah, I think I like that. With this powder, I'm probably going to have to go over it with this Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara. And this is just clear, so I'm just going to go over and set my brows with that. Yeah, I think I like that. I really like the brush though that it came with. I really do. Sometimes I feel like I can't get a really good sharp line because all of my other brow brushes are a little thicker. But this does seem a little flimsy. So I guess you have to pick and choose kind of. Because I'll like think I'm going in one spot and it'll bend and kind of go somewhere else. Like maybe if the bristles were a little harder, that might have worked better for what I want. When I'm doing my brows, I can seriously sit with my eyes open for the longest time, and then I'll blink my eyes and they'll start watering because I didn't notice that I was just opening my eyes for a ridiculous amount of time. Okay, I actually really like how those turned out. What I'm really excited about is this contour palette. It's by IBY. Just even the packaging feels so nice. It has the lid that has a magnet, so it shuts really good. And these powders seriously feel so good. They're so buttery. And I really love the shades that they put in here. Like, I think these will really work good with my skin tone. So I'm excited. It also has a really big mirror. I'm just really impressed with this. So I'm excited to try it out. I'm going to go in with my favorite contour brush right now. And it is the unicorn one that I got from that Wish set. And I'm actually going to mix this one because this is really ashy toned, which I like for contour. It creates a really good shadow effect. So I'm actually going to mix that one with this one because it's a little bit lighter. But I'm going to concentrate the more ashy tone right here. See, I really like how that looks. And it blends out so nicely. I really do like that. I think it looks really nice. So I'm going to go in with that warmer shade right up here. And just kind of put that, just blend it out a little bit. And I'm going to have that warmer shade go on my forehead and my temples. That ashy shade again, I'm going to go right on my jawline. I think all of the contour powders that I have are really warm. So trying out this ashy shade has really made me realize that I like that a little bit better on my face. So far this, I am so happy about this. I really, really like it. Oh, I should have tried out the highlight shades. I didn't even think about that. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe brush and I'm going to pick up this middle highlight, and I'm just going to highlight the center of my face. Go ahead with my other favorite brush from that unicorn brush set. It's just like really big and fluffy. Oh, I got a new one actually. No, I got this new one off of Wish that's like a really big fluffy brush, so I'm actually going to test this one out. I'm just going to brush away that baking. This is really soft and it's like huge. Like look at it compared to my hand. That's exactly what I was looking for. It was like a really big powder brush. So I like this. I think I'm going to try to use this for bronzer. I'm going to go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm going to dip into that and just bronze my face. What I really like about this is it's such a light bronzer. You can really build up the color though, but it's not like overpowering or like super crazy. It really gives you like a sun-kissed glow, which I really, really like. Usually after putting all my powder products on so I don't look like a cake face, I like to spray my face. So I'm just going to go in with my Maybelline Master Fix and just kind of set all that powder. Okay, so this past week I've been doing like super luminous, which I know is weird for people with oily skin, or for, you know, I have really oily skin. But I know it's weird, but I've been doing super luminous, glowy, bronzy face and then super subtle eyes, and I've been obsessed with that look. I've gotten so many compliments, which is surprising because I love bright colors, really bold eye looks, but I have been getting a lot of compliments on that. So I've kind of been digging it, especially for summer. So that's probably what we're going to do, is a super simple eye look. Oh my gosh, I would have my window open because it feels so good outside right now, but it makes my background, because my background's just like free hanging in the background. So it just like will move this and then my camera kind of freaks out and doesn't know what to focus on. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with my Morphe 35T palette. This is their taupe palette. And I really like these shades. But I'm probably just going to go for really subtle, light, shimmery. I'm just priming my eyes with my concealer like I always do. Pat that out. I'm going to take that IBY palette because this one doesn't have a matte, like beige shade. So I'm just going to take this highlight 2 shade just to set that concealer. We don't need my eyeshadow patchy or not blending. I actually did get an eyeshadow primer to test out. I've heard great things about the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. So I got one of those to test out, but I'm waiting. I'm going to do a first impressions video. So I'm waiting to try it out on that. I have no problem using my concealer. That's what I've always done. So, but I will test out that eyeshadow primer. It's only like $2, so. Okay, once that is set, I'm going to go in with this light. These shades are kind of weird because it is like brown, but then I do kind of get taupey, like a taupey vibe from it. I've been like super simple with my eyes, like really simple. So I'm just putting that all above the crease, just blending that out. Matte purple, but the matte purples they have are really dark. I guess I'll go in with this deeper taupey purple. I'm just going to buff that right into the crease. Go in with this light gold shade. And just pat that all over the lid. Same brush. See, that's how lazy I am. But I have a feeling that's going to be my entire summer. Thumbs up if you're lazy too. And then just buff that out. And that is all I'm going to do. I'm going to take that purple shade, this one, that we used for the crease, and I'm just going to smoke that out just a little bit. I don't want the lower lash line like super dark, so just really lightly adding some color on there. I need a better way to store my Morphe palettes. If you guys have any ideas, you should comment and let me know, because I need a better way to store them. Right now they're just like stacked in a drawer, and I hate, like, I have to like dig them all out just looking for one palette, and it's really annoying. I just seriously went searching for a sharpener, and it was literally sitting in front of me. It was just behind my cute little Q-tip holder. These pencils are so weird. These Wet n Wild On Edge long wearing eye pencils, I really like them. But when you sharpen them, they're just like freaky. I don't know, because it feels plastic, but it's not. So I'm just put this white on. This also makes you look more awake. It makes your eyes look bigger. I have a feeling I'm going to use a white eyeliner probably all of summer. Unless we like go out at night or something like that. Oh, I didn't even put blush on. I should put a little bit of blush. I'm going to go in with this Morphe, my Morphe 9N blush palette. And I'm going to take this really light, it's just like a rosy pink, really light. I didn't even put highlighter on either. I go so out of order doing my makeup. That blush adds such a nice little hint of color to the face. I am just going to take this, can't even see it, Wet n Wild Color Icon. This is in Reserve Your Cabana. I actually dropped this one, so it's all gross, but I'm going to take that to highlight. This is one of my favorite highlighters from the drugstore, and it's only like $4. And look at that huge pan that you get. $4? And it says it's technically a bronzer, but it's so light, I don't know who this would be a bronzer for. That's not as intense as I want it. I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild makeup stick and just kind of pat that out. This really helps if you have a highlighter. It kind of works the same as spraying it with like a setting spray and then putting it on your face. Kind of the same, but it just makes it a little more intense. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Also doing the super summery glow, I like to put a pretty intense highlight on my nose, which I normally don't do, but it does add a lot. And right on my Cupid's bow. In with the shade Berry Recognize, and I think this will just look really nice with the mauve eyes that I did. Pop on some lashes and put on some mascara, and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so I got my lashes on and mascara on. I did use the NYX Pinup Mascara. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So for the products, I'm obsessed with the contour palette. I love how it worked out. I love how it went on the skin. It blended out really nicely. It's super buttery and creamy. I was surprised by how much I liked the eyebrow products. I really liked the brush and how it had a spoolie on the end. I really liked how the product went on and how it made my eyebrows look. I'm surprised. I usually don't like powder. I'm more of a pomade kind of girl, or a pencil. But it did say that when you sprayed it, it did work as a pomade. I don't know if I would call it a pomade, but it did go on really nicely. I did like the liquid glow. I don't know if it gave my foundation a super luminous look. I might mix more with my foundation next time to get a more luminous look. And that crown oval brush, I'm just not really into those. I don't really like to use those, so I might give that one to someone else. But I did test it out to see if it worked better than those Moda prismatic ones, and I think that it did. It's a lot softer, and I do think that my foundation looked a little streaky, which is why I went over it with a beauty sponge. So that wasn't my favorite, but so far I am really impressed. I think that that might have been my favorite Boxycharm box that I've gotten so far, which is funny because when I saw the previews for it, I was not excited. I was not excited at all for that box, but I actually ended up loving almost everything in it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe. I post new videos every week. If you get Boxycharm, leave me a comment below with some of the items that you got, if you got anything different than I did, and how you liked them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Give it a thumbs... I post a picture showing off my makeup and everyone comments on my hair. For April? No, May. For May, I'm going to be testing out all the products that It gives you really like a sun-kissed... Even though I'm dying. It's so hot. I need to wash brushes is what I need to do. This light shimmer... No.